Yo, what's up guys? So I'm testing Forza Horizon 5 and just today they released the ray tracing patch, which is like I think like 13 or 14 or 15 gigabytes. So I got that downloaded and installed. I'm at 4K resolution running my Asus Strix RTX 4090 graphics card with a 3090 MHz core overclock. And then my i9 13900KF CPU is at 5.7 GHz All-Core overclock. So let's go ahead and go to the graphics settings here. So let's go to the graphics options. So video resolution 3840 by 2160 on my 4K 144Hz display. It's 8 Predator monitor. Later I'll mess with the Nvidia DLSS AI super resolution, but right now we'll just do it without that. And then all the graphics settings are fully maxed out here, extreme, all at the highest setting that they go to. And ray tracing is set to quality mode. So let's go ahead and play the game, and then let's see how it runs. So this is 4K, and then I'm running all the latest Windows updates as of today. I guess there was a patch for Windows today, and then there was a Nvidia hotfix driver last week, which I do have installed. And then I'm running 13 gigabytes of G.Skill Z5 DDR5 PC 6400 RAM, and then my motherboard has all the latest BIOS updates and all the latest drivers. So let's go ahead and go towards the jungle here. So let me pull up the map, and let's go towards where the jungle is, so we get a little bit more heavy area to play. So go around
100 yards, turn left.
I like driving the GTR because it's just like an all-around good car to drive, and it's just one of my go-to cars when I'm doing a little drive around. Of course, it's not the fastest car in the game, but it's a pretty fast car for this. So let me experiment with different views here, because I know the ray tracing is obviously in effect here. So try to experiment with the inside view. So I'm assuming that's ray trace reflections. I know I've seen those reflections before, but I think before they were like just keep that reflection.
400 yards.
So I'm assuming I had this properly enabled, as I just installed the patch. We'll do the closer up view, it shows the reflections on the bumper of the car.
Turn right.
Okay, so now we're getting towards the jungle, so I'll test a little 4K here, and then we'll test different resolutions like 1440p, 1080p, 8K, and then we'll experiment with the Nvidia DLSS AI to see how everything. But the reflection is like fantastic, phenomenal. Look really good here. So let me go towards the jungle here and see if I can get some reflection of the trees and stuff. So yeah, it's definitely some good reflections. Let me go to the bumper view here. And it's definitely being properly reflected here. So. It's doing what it's supposed to be doing. Okay, so now let's go to 1440p here. So let's go to video resolution and let's go to 1440p. Save. So about 200 frames per second. Go through the water. I know going through this water area is really heavy, so. Cut down the
Recalculating route.
Raindrop is really good on
when it is safe to do so.
Go through the water again to see the frame per second drop. So right now we're at 218, then go through the water. It didn't drop as much there because I chose the inside view. Okay, so now let's test 1080p here. I'm using the Xbox One controller to drive. See the frames just like I drop a 1080p on this. Or, you know, just curious. Yeah, just a little bit. 203.
Turn around.
But yeah, I know there's a lot of different areas that are heavy in this game. I know the jungle's pretty heavy, and also that city, the little town. I'm not sure where that is exactly, but I know that's supposed to be really heavy in the game.
Turn around when it is safe to do so.
Maybe I'll try to set the waypoint to that area if I can find it, hopefully.
In 100 yards, turn left.
Okay, so that's 1080p. Obviously the jaggies are pretty bad because
200 yards.
for some reason with this new patch I don't see an option for MSAA unless you turn on the Nvidia DLSS setting. So that's kind of interesting that they did that. Okay, so now let's go to 8K and let's really test this Asus Strix RTX 4090. So let's go to 8K resolution, 7680 by 4320, save, apply. And then now we're really testing the CPU. So we're getting about 34 frames per second. Go through the water.
Turn left.
Still about 35. Looks phenomenal though. It looks like almost real. Some areas. Like the actual car does, at least. So let me see if I can set the waypoint towards the city. So I'm trying to remember where that city is. I think it's around here. So let's go over here.
Turn around when it is safe to do so.
But yeah, 8K looks amazing. It's beautiful. So lifelike, and visual fidelity is just so good. But obviously the frame timing and frames per second is obviously not that good, but visually it's stunning. Looks like a lot of people are playing now because everyone wants to test out this ray tracing patch. But normally I don't see this many players playing. Looks like some people are jumping back into it like I am. So we're gonna head towards that the city to see how the frames per second play around that, and then I will try DLSS Super AI resolution. I'll just go ahead and test that now while we're driving over there. So let's go ahead and push the start menu, and let's turn on this artificial intelligence stuff. Okay, so Nvidia DLSS AI Super Resolution on, and let's set it to quality mode. Let's start off with quality mode. Save, and then let me see. Oops, I want to do that. And then the graphics settings, I just want to see, is there an MSAA option or does it automatically turn on? I guess it automatically turns it on. Okay, so we're at 8K with a DLSS Super Resolution, and we're getting about 63 frames per second. So I can honestly tell it doesn't look as crisp. Like looking at the bumper of the car, it doesn't look as good. Honestly, it's just like 4K to me. So in terms of quality, I'm not very impressed. But in terms of frames per second, it's great. But it definitely took a hit on the visual quality, which is kind of weird because like on a game like Cyberpunk 2077, quality mode looks good. So I'm not sure why it doesn't look good on here.
Yards. Turn sharp left.
So that's interesting.
Turn sharp left.
Okay, so now let's go to balance. Alright, so let's go to performance mode. Save and continue. So about 71 frames per second. And yeah, it's just the quality is not the same. It doesn't even look like 8K to me anymore. So hopefully we'll get to that city area pretty soon. Mess around with different views here while we drive over there, so have patience. Or just skip ahead if you need to. Go to the close-up views so we can see the ray trace reflections. Okay, so now let's go to ultra performance mode. Save. So yeah, that Nvidia DLSS AI setting, I'm not very impressed by it. It just doesn't look very good, honestly, to be honest with you. I'm sure you guys could agree if you look at it. This doesn't look like 8K. And just very briefly, let me just turn it off just to show you what I'm talking about here. So, even though we're not in the jungle, but I can tell it just doesn't look as good. So let's go ahead and turn it off. Save. And look at that, it looks so much better now. Way better. So I'm not very impressed by that implementation of DLSS in this game. It just doesn't hold the same quality. Okay, so now let's go turn it back on and let's test the different resolution, like lower resolution. So let's go to video settings. Let's put it on the quality mode, save, and then graphics, video. Let's go to 4K here.
In 400 yards, turn right.
Yeah, it runs great. I think before we were on 150 frames per second, now we're about 173. But again, that visual fidelity, it's just not there to me. Let me know in the comments if you agree. It just doesn't look as good to me. And I'm not, graphics snob. I mean, I could definitely tell when something looks good and something doesn't look as good. So I could definitely say it doesn't look as good. So we'll go to this city area to further tax the frames per second here. Back to the close-up view here. You see those reflections.
In 400 yards, turn right.
Okay, so I think this is the most heavy area of the game because of all the buildings and stuff to draw.
Recalculating route.
There'd be a lot of reflections, obviously. So yeah, the frames per second did drop, obviously. Okay, so now let's go to performance mode. Let's see what kind of frames per second we get at 4K. Really didn't increase all that much because we're in a heavy area of the game.
In 200 yards, you will arrive at your destination. You have arrived at...
Okay, so now... Oops. Ultra performance. Save. And yeah, the quality I could tell. Like even in the rear window, like those little defroster lines here, they just don't look as clear. They look kind of hard to see now. Okay, so now let's go to different resolutions here. So let's go to 2560 by 1440. Save. And then let's turn back the DLSS setting to quality. Oops. Looks pretty good here, because obviously this is a detailed area of the game. I like the backfires of the exhaust, all the fire. It's pretty nice. Alright, so now let's go to 1080p here. This must be a heavier portion of the game because we're only getting about 170 there. Frames per second. 200 here. Okay, so now let's see how much of a boost we could get when we turn this DLSS setting to ultra performance here. Actually, let's go to performance first. It really doesn't increase all that much at 1080p, honestly. If anything, it barely made a difference. Interesting, but the quality is horrible. I think it's so blurry now. The quality of the car, like it just looks so dull. Alright, let's go to ultra performance, see if we get to 200 frames per second here. But it looks like it's not because it's probably bottlenecked. But yeah, the car is really blurry now. Okay, so that pretty much experiments with the DLSS stuff. Go to balance real quick, just in case anyone wants to see it. Weird, it gets higher frames. Oh, this is so I'm leaving the city. That's fine. Okay, so that goes back down. And then let's try the balance mode at 1440. Like we got a little meeting here. And then balance mode. 4K. Okay, and then now let's turn off this horrible AI stuff because I don't really believe in it, and let's just do 4K driving around the city. So about 130 to 140 frames per second here. Yeah, the ray tracing is good. Quality looks good. I'm assuming I have it on properly. I mean, I don't see any other options to adjust. But it looks good. And then very briefly, just further stress this GPU. Let's go to 8K here. Without the assist of the AI stuff. And then we're really going to see the frames per second tank here, so I think. Let me make sure so 8K, DLSS super resolution is off. All the graphics settings are still extreme. Interesting. Looks like it runs better here than it did in the jungle. That's interesting. So I got the jungle is heavier. Unless there's another city that is more taxing. But I thought it was this area, because I thought this area was pretty taxing with all the buildings and stuff. I'll drive around a little bit more and then probably close out the video. So yeah, I did play God of War Ragnarok on a PS5 earlier this morning. It was actually at like 2 a.m. I don't even know how I pulled it off, but at 2 a.m. I was playing that for about 40 minutes, and then I did a nice little recording, and it's still processing, but it is uploaded and able to view on my YouTube channel. But it's a really cool game. It's actually my first time ever playing God of War at all on any PlayStation, so definitely a cool game. I'll be definitely looking to play some more and record some more footage. But until then, thank you guys for watching. I appreciate all the support. If you have any questions or comments, feel free to leave them in the comment section. And until then, see you guys for the next video. Stay positive in life. It's Wednesday. Happy hump day. And I'll see you guys around. And until then, stay tuned for the next video. And I think the next video, the game I will test is Cyberpunk 2077. They just released a patch for that. So I'll be testing that. And then one YouTube commenter asked me to do some video with a lot of players, like NPCs around. So I'll try to do that shortly after this if I can. So thank you for watching, and see you guys around. Stay positive in life, and I'll see you guys for the next video. Peace out.